Maritime accidents often occur, including those involving cargo ships. Several factors can cause these ships to fall victim to dangerous incidents in the middle of the ocean, ranging from bad weather, high waves, to technical errors of the cargo ships themselves. These incidents not only claim lives but also result in enormous losses for the shipping industry. So far, there have been 8 of the most expensive cargo ship accidents in the history of the maritime world. MV MOL Comfort. First on the list is the MV MOL Comfort, a post-Panamax container ship built by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in Nagasaki, Japan. It had an overall length of 1,037 feet, a width of 150 feet, and a draft of 48 feet. The ship, first launched in 2008, was capable of traveling at a speed of 25.25 knots or about 29 miles per hour. However, on June 17, 2013, MV MOL Comfort met with an accident approximately 200 nautical miles off the coast of Yemen. Upon investigation, it was found that the ship had previously encountered bad weather, causing the midsection of the ship to crack and split in two. On June 27th, the stern of the ship began to sink, followed by the bow on July 11th. This incident resulted in the loss of 4,293 containers, making MOL Comfort the cargo ship with the largest number of containers lost in a single event. Hyundai Fortune. Hyundai Fortune was built by Hyundai Heavy Industries in Ulsan, South Korea, and was first launched on June 22, 1996. The ship had an overall length of 899 feet, a width of 131 feet, a draft of 79 feet, and a capacity of 5,551 TEU. Hyundai Fortune was capable of traveling at a speed of 25.6 knots or about 29 miles per hour. On March 21, 2006, the ship was sailing from Singapore to ports in Europe via the Gulf of Aden in Yemen. However, it experienced an explosion of unknown origin, which occurred below the deck behind the accommodation area. As a result, 60 to 90 containers fell into the sea. The explosion was significant enough to cause a fire that spread to the stern of the ship and was exacerbated when the flames reached 7 containers filled with fireworks. The fire on board was massive, but fortunately all 27 crew members were rescued. After this accident, the ship was repaired and redeployed before finally being retired in 2018. MSC Napoli. MSC Napoli was built by Samsung Heavy Industries in Gyeonggi, South Korea in 1991 and was designed as a container ship with a capacity of 4,419 TEU or 62,000 tons. After its launch, MSC Napoli was managed by Zodiac Maritime Agencies and sailed under the British flag. The ship, which could accommodate a crew of 31, had an overall length of 904 feet, a width of 121 feet, and a draft of 43 feet. It was capable of reaching a speed of 24 knots or about 28 miles per hour. However, in January 2007, MSC Napoli suffered cracks and water ingress after sailing through bad weather in the English Channel. At the time, the container ship was traveling from Belgium to Portugal. Fortunately, all 26 crew members were rescued. They abandoned the MSC Napoli, which was left floating off the coast of Cornwall, England. Due to its severe damage, the ship was eventually decommissioned and blown up, breaking into 3 pieces. MV Rena. On October 5, 2011, a 3,351 TEU container ship hit the Astrolabe Reef in the Bay of Plenty, New Zealand. The ship, known as MV Rena, was reported to be traveling at a speed of about 17 knots or 20 miles per hour on its way to Tauranga. The collision caused the 735-foot-long and 105-foot-wide ship to run aground and break in 2. The ship was stranded there for months. At the time of the incident, the ship, built in Germany, was carrying 200 tons of hazardous chemicals and fuel, which eventually spilled and spread into the surrounding environment. As a result, the seawater and many nearby coral reefs were exposed to pollution from these chemicals. Subsequently, the local government began deploying a special team to dismantle and remove the ship's wreckage. However, part of the wreckage was left in the sea as it could no longer be lifted. The rescue team also began cleaning up the toxic chemicals around the wreckage to save the flora and fauna in the ocean from environmental pollution. MSC Flaminia. On July 14, 2012, a German-owned post-Panamax container ship named MSC Flaminia experienced a major fire in its cargo hold due to an explosion. The incident occurred while the ship was sailing from Charleston, South Carolina to Antwerp, Belgium. The MSC Flaminia accident resulted in the loss of 4 lives. The remaining crew members immediately abandoned the ship and were rescued by the vessel Samaria. The fire lasted for weeks, spreading toxic smoke into the air and causing severe damage to the ship's hull. After initially being denied protection due to its negative environmental impact, the 984-foot-long and 131-foot-wide cargo ship was eventually repaired and returned to service in 2014. MSC Flaminia has now been renamed 𝗖𝗹𝗹𝗯𝗃 San Francisco. Hanjin Pennsylvania. Hanjin Pennsylvania was a Panamax container ship built by Hanjin Heavy Industries and Construction in South Korea. The ship, first launched in 2002, had a length of 925 feet and a width of 105 feet and was capable of reaching a maximum speed of 24.5 knots or 28 miles per hour. Less than a year after its launch, the container ship met with an accident off the coast of Sri Lanka on November 11, 2002. At the time, Hanjin Pennsylvania was traveling from Singapore to Germany. The ship experienced 2 explosions, which turned out to have originated from a cargo of fireworks on board. Tragically, the accident claimed the lives of 2 crew members. After this unfortunate incident, Hanjin Pennsylvania was eventually retired and scrapped for salvage. Maersk Honam. Maersk Honam was a 1,158-foot-long and 174-foot-wide container ship operated by Maersk Line. The ship, built by Hyundai Heavy Industries in Ulsan, South Korea, was first launched on May 12, 2017. However, on March 6, 2018, Maersk Honam experienced a fire in one of its cargo holds while sailing in the Arabian Sea, 900 miles southeast of Salalah, Oman. As a result, 5 crew members died and 1 crew member later succumbed to injuries. 1 week after the fire, the ship was charred and destroyed by the blaze. Fortunately, Hyundai Heavy Industries decided to repair the ship. In August 2019, Maersk Honam returned to service and changed its name to Maersk Halifax. Ever Given. The last cargo ship case is Ever Given, which got stuck in the Suez Canal while traveling from Tanjung Pelepas, Malaysia to Rotterdam, Netherlands. The incident involving the 1,312-foot-long and 190-foot-wide cargo ship occurred on March 23, 2021. The recovery process for the ship took up to 1 week. Officials at the Suez Canal had to deploy a number of dredging trucks to dredge the soil and sand that the ship had collided with. Additionally, tugboats were assigned to push and pull the trapped Ever Given. The incident also caused a ship queue of hundreds of miles. Fortunately, the Ever Given recovery operation was declared complete on March 29, 2021. However, on April 13th, the ship was seized by the Egyptian government for refusing to pay the reported $916 million in costs, including $300 million in loss of reputation. Eventually, the compensation claim was reduced to $600 million and the ship was released by the Egyptian authorities in early July 2021.